Prophet.
This is Night Train 357.
And we are
Trolling for Friends.
Episode
10.
Black Love.
Where we take the online rage.
Offline.
Or the love, I guess.
Alright, so we have our significant others here today. I have my lovely wife, Dr. Donisha Beverly Davis. Alright.
And I love my wife so much, I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Ooh, Boston.
I am Brianna Pullen. I am the producer of the illustrious podcast, Trolling for Friends.
Right. Alright, so we're going to roll right.
We got a studio audience today.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. We got some Black Love couples in here.
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Kissy face and stuff and all that stuff. Okay.
I see you back there, youngin'.
Mm-hmm. Ow!
All right.
Yes.
How was your week?
Time to have. Oh, it was good.
So how was your week?
It was good. It was a busy week. I went to DJ RBI had a birthday last night.
Okay.
Yeah, we went and hung out and stuff like that. It was really good. I'm getting ready for a trip to Mexico.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna be leaving for Mexico. A friend of mine is getting married. Speaking of not black love but brown love.
Okay.
It's brown love with a white man, but he's really nice. Sexy's ginger, I know.
Okay.
But my friend is getting married in Cabo, Mexico, so we're doing a destination wedding.
Okay.
And congratulations on. I just saw your wedding video.
Oh yeah.
That joint was beautiful.
We had our Black Love brunch / podcast.
Yeah.
We had all our closest friends
You
here.
didn't tell me that until I picked up the grits, I didn't know there was weed in the grits.
I mean, we call it cannabis in our
I'm
community.
sorry, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Editables.
It was edible.
It was
we got
delicious.
some grits with some
Infused.
infused grits.
But I had like 3 after dinner mints
You know what I
afterwards.
mean? Bottomless mimosas, champagne around.
Congratulations. Thank you very much. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Checks in the mail.
How was your week?
We were in Roanoke, Virginia for Thanksgiving.
That's right, yes.
And lots just going to Roanoke, you kind of shift a mindset. We're talking about black love here, and I kind of get tensed up going into Red State, Virginia. But we went down.
It's not red anymore, though.
Virginia's not red anymore, but Roanoke is still Roanoke.
Okay.
And
Is that near Roanoke Rapids? They call it Roanoke Rapids. They don't even say Roanoke. They say Roanoke Rapids.
It's formerly known as the Big Lick.
Yeah. So we went down there in a truck,
Big truck.
Right. Went to
down
Walmart. Did all the small town Virginia things.
Okay.
Listen to like Old Town Road like 3 times.
Yeah, it's like mountain stream. It's like mountainous, right?
Yeah.
That's the draw when you're going to a hotel.
Yeah.
They'll be like, you can see mountains. You can see mountains.
They'll say, do you want a room with a mountain view? And it's like everything has a mountain view.
Right.
So.
So how Nisha, how was your week?
Prepare for Thanksgiving with the family. We had a great time. Just a small family came over.
Black Friday? Black Friday?
No
deals?
Black Friday.
Really? No,
it was Netflix and chill for me.
Good. Yeah, actually, that was me too.
I needed
refused
some
Black Friday.
downtime.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just prepared for Thanksgiving, and we had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Family over. That's it.
Merry Christmas.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, cool. So yeah, we're gonna talk a little news today. First of all, we're gonna get into trolling with Al because he always got an interesting story to talk about. We're gonna talk a little bit about Gabrielle Union and NBC and all that craziness going on. We're gonna talk Black Love. Really talk about Black Love and our thoughts on that. And we want everybody to engage in this. So if you have something hilarious to say, we'll fucking say it. We're going to talk Jordan Sparks. We're going to talk marriage counseling. Does it work? We're going to talk about our favorite Black Love movies. And we're going to break down... What's the next one?
So, we're going to talk some Christmas gifts. I know not all of us celebrate, but sometimes you buy something for your significant other.
I love getting
We need
gifts.
to talk about it.
That's your love language.
Yeah. It's a love language. No, I'm not a gift person. My love language actually isn't giving gifts. No.
It isn't?
I don't think it is. No, my mother likes getting gifts and
Okay.
giving gifts. Yeah, I like acts of service.
Acts of service.
Yeah, I like to be served. And we're gonna talk about yeah, haha. We're talking about Queen and Slim at the end. So, anywho, we're gonna talk. Let's get into it. Al.
Oh, before Al, someone trolled us on YouTube. Al, did you see that comment?
I did. It was really disturbing, actually.
Yes. Did anybody see the last troll that we got? Oh man, this is beautiful. We got a comment from our last show. It says, "I would love to bend Donald Trump over, part his ample cheeks, and shove my manhood deep into his brown swamp.
Whoa!
After achieving a love loaf explosion,
It was disturbing.
I would survey the mixture of man essence and old man booty, and proudly announce, ain't that an impeach? I pray Donald Trump has kept his whoopsie nice, hygienic, and godly. Rudy Giuliani doesn't get my juices going. I wouldn't stink the pink there." So apparently,
we got a troll.
So you pissed off Megatron. That's what you pissed off. Yeah.
Who writes that?
Somebody who loves Trump.
I don't know. I don't know what their angle was. I don't even know how to respond to that. I don't think it's worth us responding to
I
it.
just
Copy and paste that and put it on every.
Right, he just looked up a tag and found about
'cause
trying.
That
Yeah.
is not something you just do for that.
Yeah. It was very well crafted.
That was live.
Yeah.
All right, but I'm sure Al has some better
Trolling news.
trolling news.
I actually didn't get a chance to. I did troll. I had a troll situation this week, but I actually wanted to talk about some black love stuff, right?
Oh, okay. We really are on the positive.
So this is not me. This is not me trolling. This is this guy. Yeah, any guy, you know this guy's name right here?
Godfrey.
Godfrey, right? He's an actor, comedian.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he trolled apparently this dude right here, and we're gonna get it up on the screen for the viewers. This guy right here,
He's a basketball player. I don't know his name though.
I don't know his name, but he said some disparaging remarks about black women, right? Called them Rottweilers, right? Dogs or some shit like that.
Damn.
Anyway, my man Godfrey went on him, so listen, here you go.
Hello everyone, Godfrey here. You see this picture here? Yes. This man's name is Patrick Patterson. And not too long ago, he made some very disparaging remarks about black women. He said, all black women are bulldogs. Where are they, my friend? So what you are saying, Mr. Patterson, is that your mother is a bulldog? Your grandmother's a bulldog? Your great-great-grandmother's a bulldog? Your sisters, your aunties are all bulldogs. Listen, when we talk about black women, we're not just talking about the women on Instagram in their bikinis and twerking and showing their bodies unnecessarily all the time. No. You are talking about all the black women, yes? Don't forget, black women are the most educated in America. It's a fact. Google it, my friends, yes. And also the black woman is the creator of all humankind. Yes, black girl magic at its finest. Yes, so, as you can see, he's dating a white woman, which is fine. I'm not saying that love does not transcend color, but with the history that we have with our white brothers and sisters, I sometimes doubt that it's love. Might be fetishes, might be trying to get a parent angry, or might be a self-inferiority complex that is so deep in your soul, it is too far to pull it out. Yes. So do not make that mistake again, my friend. You understand? How dare you say that? You know, I think black society, I don't like to say black community, it sounds very poor. Black society, you know, we need to get rid of black people that want to throw us under the bus in public. We have to get rid of them. If you have a barrel of apples and a couple of them are rotten, what do? You throw them out. Just like we need to do with some of these silly sellout Negroes, men and women, that continue to say shit about our wonderful culture. People that deny their blackness. All of them need to go forever. Ostracization. Yes, is what I say. So, you calling us and calling black women bulldogs, my friend Mr. Patterson, since you've gone to the other side, I would call you a stray dog, my friend. Good luck with that. The sunken place is very deep. Watch the teacups. Good day.
I love his accent. I love his
He
accent.
murdered that. He murdered that.
He had
So,
a pipe.
the only thing
He
I
had a
can
pipe
say
as
about
well.
that is any man who complains or says something derogatory about referring to black women as a dog, I'm assuming has a very, very small penis.
Why would he say that?
Like,
Yeah.
small penis.
Why would you say
Total small penis.
black women are bulldogs?
I have no fucking. I mean, that makes no sense. Like,
I would say that a guess is that we have these standards of beauty and femininity that are based on white women.
yeah,
And a lot of that comes back to slavery, where black women were, demonized as, these temptress, these women that were stealing the masters away from their wives.
harlots.
Yeah, they're harlots, and the white woman was this pure thing that you needed to protect. And that was pretty much the basis for the KKK. And so, unfortunately, some black men believe the same
Rhetoric.
story.
It
Yeah.
kind of gets passed down through generations. Something that's learned, I guess. Yeah.
Self-hatred.
It's
Self-hatred.
It's total self-hatred.
Definitely.
Self-hatred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it, in a
That's
nutshell.
one.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind. Listen, like he said, man, I think love transcends race.
Yes.
But why do you have to, at the same time, disparage your culture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
So on a more on a positive note, I ain't got nothing.
that was a troll. Like that's a nice troll. That was trolling with Al
Yeah.
to the 10th level. I couldn't do it like that. He killed it.
That gets 3 golden owls.
Yeah, man. He trolled the shit out of that dude.
So,
But at the screen, just pictures of Al, but he's gold. And ding, 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 ding.
alright, so I saw this subject that you brought up with Gabrielle Union
Uh-huh.
and NBC. She's on America's Got Talent, and she got fired. So,
Let's bring this up real quick. Because I pulled this up on my phone, actually. NBC working with Gabrielle Union after America's Got Talent exit. NBC says it's working with Gabrielle Union after she lashed out at the network following her exit from America's Got Talent. Union reportedly explained to producers complained to producers about a Korean joke made by guest star Jay Leno. He's been problematic before, and was distraught to get notes that her hair was air quote or too
black.
Too black.
Yeah.
Sources, her hair is too black because that's a thing. Sources also said that show boss Simon Cowell wanted Union to come.
King racist.
King of the two tight tees. Union to come to him about her issues on set and not NBC. Furious stars included Ellen Pompeo, Ariana Grande, and Deborah Messing came to her defense as NBC insiders said they had no knowledge of Union's complaints.
I would like to hear from you, since you've been working in the corporate world for years. I'm pretty sure with lots of our, Caucasian citizens,
Our American.
our fellow citizens of the lighter race. And so,
Let
how's
me
this
get this
work?
straight. So she got fired because she didn't like the comment about the hair.
She complained and went over Simon's head.
But then, I hear your question, but I got sidetracked when you said Ellen Pompeo.
Well, they came to her defense.
They came to her defense, and the first thing I thought about, I think she has black kids. I'm not totally sure, but I think she has her. Right, and so she's very sensitive about that because I think she was on the Red Talk table with Jada Pinkett talking about having interracial relationship and kids from that.
Yeah.
And I mean I got sidetracked from that because I can see why she would jump to Gabrielle Union's defense on that. But I mean, I mean, I don't know even know what to say, because as a woman who's bald, working in the federal government, I get looks all the time. People looking at me. I've had people come and try to, as a hey, greeting. Yes, and I'm very good with my swerve. I know how to swerve. You know what I mean? And it's crazy, but I don't. Sometimes we even have our mentors, even other older black women, tell us to kind of check ourselves with our hairdo.
Yeah.
So even while it may be something that we all sensitive about, sometimes we are internally have a thing that we supposed to conform when it comes to our hairstyle and our appearance.
It's interesting because it's like, how do you get out of that mentality? Because well, not quite post-traumatic slave syndrome. Maybe it is. I don't know. But it's like, how do you get out of that mentality?
Well, I'll say for me, I got locks shortly after I moved to DC about 9 years ago, and everybody kept on saying, well, how are you going to get a job? And it was just like, I do not want to work somewhere where they have a problem with my hair, because then they're going to have a problem with a bunch of other things that are not my hair. They're going to have a problem with, things I might say, comments I might have. And, unfortunately, the locks have not kept me away from racism. I have worked at places where they asked me to do things, not me myself, but I've worked at places as a designer where they've asked me to lighten people's skin, to replace photos with brown people, with white people. I've had a company, I put a plus size woman in an ad, and they went and took me to this room that I'm pretty sure that they closed off so nobody would hear, and they said you need to take the big lady off all the ads because the client didn't want that. And so that was early in my career, and Gabrielle Union, she is like an A-list star. She does not have to deal with this at all.
Right. It's not. The great thing about this is, although she was let go and they're trying to work things out, like you say, she's an A-list star. So it's not like she can't find something else. It's like we should definitely support her in the community, and try to find ways to support other people, because that, especially for something like that, it's your hair, for God's sake. It's your image. And it is a bigger issue than just this. It's an issue of the media and Hollywood and people trying to control the way we look and feel. If you're a little bigger, or you're a little smaller, or whatever, it doesn't fit the stock photo image that you have to have. That's crazy.
But I think that Simon was probably upset about the fact that, and I don't know if you all have encountered this, but if you have a problem at your job, and instead of you going to your boss, you go over your boss's head and you talk to the person above your boss, and then your boss, your immediate boss, is upset. Like, you could have came to me first.
Well, that's Simon's problem.
So,
that's Simon's
that's
problem,
where I think
I blame the management, because if it's Simon who feels that way, he did something that made Gabrielle feel uncomfortable. Right. This is a normal everyday work thing. When your boss, my sister works for TJ Maxx, and she wasn't getting the hours she needed when the season changed. And she's kind of new to the retail world. So she does not go over her manager's head and finds out later that manager is playing favorites, not giving her time and giving other people time. You know what happened? That manager got fired. Yeah. The management is so sorry, Simon. You're doing something where the people underneath you don't feel comfortable.
Well, chain of command works. You got to go to your manager, and then if your manager doesn't do what he's supposed to do, then you go above your manager.
Yes,
that's just how chain of command works.
You said chain of command because that's military, right?
But that's kind of how it is in the corporate world.
That's the same thing.
Yeah. Because people respect power.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. But I don't think that's small to me. That portion of her beef or his beef is small. I don't think if she had a problem with a racist joke, I don't think she should be going to him. That's a human resources situation.
That is true.
True.
Right?
Yeah. That is true.
Mm-hmm.
So and Jay Leno, God, he's been a problem child.
I rock with my nigga Jay.
I don't care.
Nah.
Jay Leno done said some stuff over the years.
I fuck with Jay.
I
can take it.
I don't let too many go.
I fuck with him.
Yeah, I'm Jimmy Fallon all the way.
All right, so we're gonna move to the next subject.
Yeah.
This question is for everybody.
Black love.
How do you feel about black love?
That's an open-ended question.
Ooh. How do I feel about black love? Gosh, I mean, it's so many things that I can say about Black love, and it's kind of hard to just put it all in a small segment, few minutes or whatever. But Black love is just familiar. It's just being with someone, again, of your same race, Black, and having familiarity. I know that sometimes when I think about Black love, I think about me and my husband in the living room listening to music, and a song comes on from our childhood, and we get two-step to that song. And I don't know his childhood. I don't know, I mean, I know his childhood, but I didn't know that in his household, that was a song that him and his mom listened to.
Right.
And that was a song that me and my mom and my family listened to. And we get dance together and talk about the things that are nostalgic for us, like when we hear a certain song, we think about our uncles and aunts playing spades, or we could think about cigarette smoke, Newports in the air, because that's what
That's
and to me, that's Black love, because I think about the fact that if he was
Uncle
a different
Chucky
race,
over there drunk somewhere,
right. But if he was
Uncle Chucky, man, Uncle Chucky, for real, Uncle Chucky, man. Someone need to get him.
Right. But the thing about it is, it's just having that familiarity. And I think that if he was of another race, we wouldn't have that. And that's that missing piece, that if you don't have, if you're not in a relationship with someone who's of your race, it's something that you probably don't know you're missing, but that's something that we have, and I love it. And that's, to me, I feel
concur.
like
And to piggyback,
beautiful.
To piggyback off that, I kind of feel like same situation, like, us as Black people, we have similar backgrounds, we have similar lives, family lives. We got a crackhead in our family. That I would understand if your uncle's a crackhead, or you would understand.
It's always one family.
If my uncle's a crackhead, but someone from another race would not understand that dynamic in your family.
If it's white, it's crystal meth.
Right, but at the same time,
but only in South Dakota.
But they don't understand how the TV is gone, because
right.
Like, he took the whole stereo.
They don't understand. You might still go to.
No, we know what them crack powers.
And Mo, you might still go to your cousin's house, and he still got the big TV on top of the little TV on top of the big TV with the vice grips and the hanger.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's to me, that's Black love, because that's the dynamic and the things, that the fabric of your life that you grew up in, that someone else other than yourself would not understand and may shun upon.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What about you?
All right. So I'm gonna get some darts at me. Cause
I'm ready. I'll shoot you, baby.
I feel like race is at the bottom of what I care about. Of what I care about when it comes to a partner.
Okay.
And
sound angry, Lord.
I've been thinking about this for a while.
No, it's just okay.
Mo, open the door, Mo.
People, we just talked about the beauty and Black love and how awesome it is.
I want to hear this.
And now we about to get to our perspective.
I definitely want to hear this.
My parents have always told me you can marry whoever you want to. Well, this is before, gay people could get married, so their opinion might be different now.
Right. You
can marry whoever you want to. We don't care. And so, I dated Black guys and had a lot of heartbreaks. And I remember I had this impossible list of what I wanted in a man. And I thought to myself, I wanted somebody who is kind. At first I wanted somebody who had my political beliefs, had my religious beliefs, had my same education level, blah, 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 blah. And, I really thought about that. I could open myself up to a person of a different race if they were kind, if they shared my appreciation for arts, if, we felt the same way about treating people with dignity. And, a lot of guys that I was dating that were Black, kindness, dignity, caring about my interests were at the bottom. And so I get that familiarity, and what you said was beautiful.
It was wonderful.
Wonderful. But I feel like that is something I would trade if the person that I came to know and love couldn't respect certain things that I respect. Like, I know this is gonna sound really petty, but if I had to choose between, a woke white guy and a black guy who cared little for blackness, I would go with the woke white guy.
Well,
I've definitely met.
I agree.
Megatron, those guys exist. We don't see them in DC a lot, but they exist.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I just
Black
feel like
Lives
for
was
me,
Kanye West.
I'm sorry, just a little. I just feel like for me, I cannot bring someone home who I don't want anyone to look at my family and judge me, and that's why I felt like having someone of my race who was cut from the same cloth as I was, who would understand if when I brought him home how my life is. Because once you see my mom and my aunts and all my different families and stuff, you can judge. Be very, very judgy. And then especially looking at me and possibly my resume, Dr. Beverly, and then you look at the different families that I have, you might be like, oh, well, I did not expect this. But that's why I needed somebody who would be able to understand, okay, I have this resume, but I have this family, and this family means a lot to me. So I would not, if you can't fit in with my family, we wouldn't.
We'll see. It's funny you
If
say
you
that.
never had a hog maw.
Well, here's the funny thing about that too. For all those reasons, it's why we feel this way that we do.
Right.
Is because at least for me, my personal experience.
You had a hog maw before, right?
From my experience
I
growing
eat
up
pig
in
feet, barbecue.
From my experience,
I've never had pig feet. Okay, let's
Go ahead, sorry.
Let's go to the next one. I don't want to talk about it.
No, let's
Go ahead.
we gotta wrap, but go ahead.
So, it's different for me. And I don't know about everybody. I'm a PG County boy. And my experiences have been fraught with a lot of ups and downs within the black community when it's all black everything. My problem has always been that, if some of you have seen the podcast, I'm a big nerd. There's certain things that I just don't relate to when it comes to certain experiences. I got a new album coming out, and I have a line in it that says, when I was growing up, that people would say, well, why do you sound white? Or why do you sound this way? And it makes you feel really bad.
Right.
And so eventually when you finally start to...
It's a form of colorism.
Yeah, it's a form of colorism.
Right.
And it's like, when you start connecting with people, the sad thing is when the little corny white kid in school is nicer to you than all the black kids in the school.
Right.
It starts to blow your head. You start to think differently about stuff. When I went to college, I went to an art school. We were a huge melting pot. So I had guys from Brazil and the Philippines, and there were like 3 or 4 black people in the whole place. And I'm not saying I'm not against black love. It's just that I've seen so many people, even in my own family, who kind of just melt together and find out that love is really the cohesive part of it all. And so there is that familiarity, but it's like what Bree said. It's like when I met my wife, the two of us enjoyed music, happened to be black music, but it also, it was about art. It was about things that, and I don't want to categorize people, but it was things that when I was growing up, people made fun of me for. Like in video games or like in, comic books or whatever, which is now cool now, but back in the day, you got teased for that stuff, and it made you feel really bad. And so it gave me a whole different perspective on the thing. And I love black people. I love, the black experience. I got nothing but love for my family and my friends and people who are allies in trying to make sure that we are equal and unified. But again, it's at the bottom of my list because there are people, even in my family right now, who transcend that meaning. So, I say it all the time. I say, look at me. I'm not fresh off the boat. My great grandmother's white, so it's all over the place.
We all got white people in our family.
Yeah. They've been trying to get it out of my family.
All right, we need to keep it moving.
Oh man, we keep it moving. We keep it moving. We talking Grizzy.
All right, so we're gonna go to the Grizzy commercial. Shout out to Grizzy. Be great. All season we've had sponsors. We've had
a couple people that I don't want to talk about. Let's talk about this guy right here.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. So one of our biggest sponsors we had has been Grizzy Clothing. We have the owner and proprietor of Grizzy Clothing here, Saladin Ali. How are you, big dog?
I'm doing well, brother. How you doing?
Thank you for everything you did with us. did for us this year.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Yeah, thank you.
You know
We
what I
love
mean?
your stuff, man. We
love your
stuff.
clothes, love your style.
See, here at Trolling for Friends, we don't back up people that we ain't feeling.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Except for like if Cialis or somebody comes by, and then we got to take that money.
Yeah, I understand.
I don't need Cialis though.
No, I hope not. Bro.
Yeah,
I hope
me
not.
neither.
You seem like a fairly young man.
I have length and girth. It's pretty good.
a little TMI
Yes.
right here, but okay.
Your man's.
I want to thank y'all though for having me up here. I really appreciate it.
No doubt. We appreciate, you being our sponsor. And I really, we really, from the bottom of our heart, we really appreciate that. Tell us a little bit about Grizzy and how it got started.
Grizzy, I started like in 2007. I just wanted to start a t-shirt company at first. Because I design as well. So from there, I was having somebody create the stuff myself. I mean, they was creating the stuff. And then after that, I just started getting more into the designs. But Grizzy really stood for, like in the streets, like you have to be on your grind a lot. Like, whatever you do, your hustle. So that's where I just took the word Grizzy, but I also made it into my own word as far as just being great. So that's where it kind of started from.
No doubt.
Okay.
And who have been some of your inspirations as far as designers are concerned?
Oh, designers, I got a lot. And inspirations come from everywhere, but like Ralph Lauren is one of my favorite American designers, definitely top notch. But it can range from, a lot of times my inspiration comes from people. So it's not really on the designers like Ralph, Nico. I love Nico. I love what Virgil's doing. I definitely love what Virgil's doing. I think he's setting the bar right now. Definitely what he's doing. But inspiration, it can be people. It could be from Bruce Lee to Big Meech.
Oh,
You know what I'm
nice.
saying?
Okay.
Right. I did see a couple of your pieces that got a lot of Bruce Lee look on it.
Yeah, so it just depends. Like, that's where I really get my inspiration from, people that's inspiring.
Where can people find more information about you and the brand?
You can go on my Instagram. It's at Grizzy Designs. Right now, we have a game show that's called Blunt Facts, so we have it up on our website as well. I have it on our website as far as with Blunt Facts. That's bluntfacts.com.
Blunt Facts is the only DC Canada game show.
Yeah.
Oh.
Shameless plug. Yeah, shameless plug.
Okay. That's what this is about, shameless plug.
Yeah, definitely. We have a game show in DC. Only game show in DC that's based around cannabis. We go around the town and ask people 3 different questions. They get 2 out of the 3 right. They win a swag bag, which consists of Grizzy clothes, edibles, trays, rolling trays, and we have other merch. But we're really here to educate the people.
Nice. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
All
All right. Well, there you have it, man. Grizzy in the building.
right. And it's my man. We know each other for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
He's also a Norfolk State alumni.
Yes,
And
I
that's
am.
you?
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We got a bunch of NSU alumni in here today. You know what I mean?
I went to an art school.
So, on that note, I want to thank you for coming by.
Thank you, big
I
bro.
appreciate
really
it.
appreciate
No
it.
doubt,
Thank
no
you.
doubt.
Much love, man.
Love you, bro.
Appreciate it,
Thank you.
appreciate
Yo.
it.
Thank you, bro.
Grizzy,
See-
check it out.
Welcome back to the Black Love segment of Trolling for Friends
Black Love.
without
Black
profit
Night Train 357.
and our significant others.
Mrs. Night Train, Mrs. Profit.
And we got some black couples in the audience today.
Yeah.
We got Black Love in the audience right now. All right, so this is a question to my studio audience.
Oh boy.
Everybody knows who Jordan Sparks is? Philippi Sparks' daughter, the great giant, New York Giant, Philippi Sparks.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Apparently, none of y'all know shit.
All I know is no air, no.
Y'all didn't know that was so far? Oh
I'm
my
gonna still have
God.
to Google him.
Anyway, she made a comment in her husband's IG account where she said she doesn't think she thinks not allowing your man to have female friends is toxic as fuck. So basically, she allows her man to have female friends. How do you guys feel about that?
Uh-oh. Ding, 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 ding. We have caller. Caller.
Go ahead, Mo.
Call number 1. You know me, I'm gonna go left.
Go left.
Let's go back to the last segment.
Okay.
No.
I'm say this. I don't know nothing about the Jordan Sparks. That's not my generation. But black love is priority.
Okay.
Without black love, no other race would exist.
I agree.
Right?
That's how I feel. Without black love, no other race would exist. So I believe black love is priority.
Okay.
Well, then black folks need to start loving each other more.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the movie 300. I know everybody on that stage. Y'all love each other. I love my wife. We are the example.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Black love, we have to show the example. As far as Jordan Sparks.
Well, that's a whole different
my
subject.
wife, she a different breed. Like, she don't question me.
Mm-hmm.
I go out, I do whatever I want to do, and she trusts me.
Right.
I can communicate with other females, which I really don't. I got a couple friends I had from a lifetime, and she says she don't question it because she trusts me.
Right. It all comes down to
Me,
trust.
I'm different. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm different.
Okay.
Because
She can't have no friends?
no, she can have friends. She can have friends. She can have friends, but she don't.
She ain't got no friends.
So she can't have no friends.
She can have friends. She ain't
So
got
she can't have no
no friends.
friends.
Tommy, you can have a job, but you ain't got no job.
That's my insecurity.
So basically, that's what Jordan Sparks is saying. That's a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
That's part of being toxic. What about you, Kerry?
Yeah, I've been with mine for 32 years. Man.
Are you allowed
32
to?
years.
Yes. Oh my God.
That's awesome.
Are you allowed to have female friends?
Yeah, man, she don't, just like you said, I don't know none of that, man.
Yeah.
None of that, man. I've been with mine for 32 years, man.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep. Tuki, what about you? You a newlywed? Newlywed in the house?
Okay, newlyweds.
Newlyweds in the house?
6 month anniversary.
6 months today?
Congratulations.
Alright.
Congratulations.
Thank you. For us, if I'm not mistaken, because of our different professions, we being in music,
Right.
we're surrounded by opposite sex all the time. So there's a certain standard that needs to be set before you even get married. If you already known as the person that's walla walla bing bang,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? By the time you get married and you just bring that into it. Malika is a realtor, so she deals with, so we don't have that, there was a certain respect before we got married.
Yep.
That we respect that we had for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And then as in terms of female friends, for me, my responsibility is more making sure that we're best friends.
Mm-hmm.
So that has to be cultivated, it has to be built.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever else might have been just, a platonic with just friends or associates, this is my wife now.
Right.
So I have to learn how to, make her happy.
No doubt.
So I would say for us, we just watched our wedding movie of our wedding from this May. And if you look at the video, you had your friend that was in the wedding, that attended the wedding. And I also had my best friend from college at the wedding with his wife. So, we don't question the relationships that we had before, we got together. And even if he did, have more friends, because he's a friendly guy. He's always going to bring people around. I know that about him. And I don't have a problem with it. I trust him. I know that he's not going to do anything crazy. If he does, it's just kind of like,
This is
why
how.
would you do that? But for the most part, we trust each other.
And the trust comes from the trust. I learned this from a friend of mine, right?
Mm-hmm.
So make a long story short, I had a friend of mine, one of my best friends named Jacques, right? We had Blackberries back in the days, right? And we coached football, and I used to go pick him up in the morning and go to the game. And one day we was on our way to the game, and he was like, "Damn, I got Chrissy's Blackberry. She got mine, his wife." And I was like, "Dog, don't you want to go back and get your goddamn Blackberry?" And he was like, "Nah, we be good. I got it. I'm good. She answered my calls, answered her calls." That shit blew my mind back then. because I was single, and I was like, yo, this guy, people gonna be calling. So I said, the next time I get somebody that I fall in love with, that I trust and I love, my phone is gonna be as clean as Jacques' phone, that I don't gotta worry about it. So my phone is clean. She has the passwords to all my social media accounts, all my email. Narissa, open the door right there. She has all my passwords. My phone is very clean. Like, came in the house today. She's like, oh, let me get your phone real quick. Earlier today, she grabbed my phone and just started scrolling up on it. If your phone is, I think it starts from there. If your communication and your phone is clean, because how are you going to cheat without your phone?
You know what's crazy? My barber was trying to, well, it's not my barber anymore, but he was trying to show off one time. And he pulls up an app that actually is a secret app where he can monitor his side chicks. There is an app out there that can literally do that.
Interesting.
And it was, so that is a thing. There's an app on the phone where you click on it. Snitches get stitches.
No one knew until you said.
Yeah, no, it's a thing. No, all y'all niggas know. So, but yeah, you click on it, and apparently there's some kind of thing where like you can hide. Like everybody's looking like, oh, do tell. For real.
I've heard about this app.
I heard about the app too.
From a female.
Well, I'll say this. I'm not concerned about potential cheating. What I am concerned about
Right, because you and I bantered online about this. Yeah.
What I am concerned about is that sometimes men will get female friends, women will get male friends. You know, we're talking about straight relationships. And this person starts to act like a pseudo boyfriend or girlfriend. Mm-hmm. You know, it becomes a, hey, can you come with me to a party? And there's no sexual benefit, but they start just asking more and more things that you shouldn't ask somebody who's supposed to be just your friend. And so we had a situation where one of his female friends, who was both of our friends, but she was just asking him to do stuff all the time, like help move and just a bunch of things that is boyfriend stuff.
Boyfriend stuff.
And as soon as she got a boyfriend,
real boyfriend, she said, "Well, I don't want."
We didn't hear from her again.
Anymore. Yeah.
And so that's the thing that I'm concerned about. Not necessarily that there's cheating. It's just that sometimes Steve he has a very whatever mentality, but he's a very caring and giving person.
That's the reason why she did it, because she knows that he's a very caring.
And so sometimes I get a little uneasy when it comes to certain women being friends, because it's just like, are you genuinely a friend, or do you need a boyfriend right now?
Yeah, it's like there's nothing worse than having your time, people taking advantage of your time. And I don't know about everybody else's schedule. My schedule is incredibly limited, so I hate it when somebody is wasting my time. And she's right. I try to be helpful when I can be, and that's how I always overwhelm myself. But it sucks when you just want to be. I just really want to be cool with people. That's it. It's like it doesn't really matter. And as far as Bree having male friends, I don't care. I think it's a matter of communication. It's the bottom line is, you got something to worry about with the opposite sex, or in certain cases the same sex.
It's crazy.
Relationship together.
I got a best friend girl that we've been friends since high school.
I like how you said friend girl.
like his daughter.
My daughter says
like
that about
Batman.
my daughter says that about her friend that's a boy. Right. My friend boy.
Friend boy.
So my friend girl,
man child.
She we FaceTime each other, like right here, like pick the phone, talk, we on the phone. Hey Nisha, we kick it. I mean, and the conversations that we have is like regular conversations. Is about her man problem. She's getting ready to move, work, stuff that she just needs to fill me in on, and I don't think it's
not an issue. And then even if there's something like he's talking to her, because sometimes they have long conversations, and then I need to tell him something, and I tell him, I need to tell you something.
I gotta go with my wife.
And he
I gotta go with my wife.
It's a trust thing. I think it all boils down to trust.
Do you think that he's a great segue into the next subject?
Can I say something?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
My husband's not here. He's at
But
home
your husband
today.
is well known, though.
All right. So we're talking about old friends. But what about new friends? My husband he was a very social person when he was in college. We've been together, married 10 years next year, dated for 3 years.
Congratulations.
We got married, so I know a lot of his female friends that he went to school with. We're all cool, we're all family. So we're all talking about friends from way back when, but how does everyone feel about new friends? Like, no new friends.
He's always
I make friends every day.
Yeah.
Always
I make friends every single day.
All the time.
Yeah, it not only is it's also about the business that we're in because, you know, at least for me, I do music and I'm also a graphic artist. And so, you know, you shake a lot of hands, you meet a lot of interesting people. I believe in having open conversations with people, everybody, because those might lead to other opportunities. And they have in the past. You know, you'd be surprised some of the crazy adventures that Bree and I have had.
No, I'm not talking about, we will all have friends.
Right.
Well, you're talking about close friends, and that's what
close friends.
That's what I
At that point, if you that close of a friend, you've already hung out with my wife.
Right.
Like, that's it.
And that's what I was talking about with close friends, where they like want you to do favors. Yeah, and stuff like that.
New close friends, no. Maybe like a new friend that I invite to a party.
Right.
Come on, we're having a party.
Like, I think all y'all my friends.
Right.
Hey.
And I'm just thinking about some of the strays, and I call them strays because, you know, he's always meeting new people and bringing them around, and they're like, oh, this is my wife, and I'm like, okay, fine.
The key in any male-female relationship that's not your significant other is to immediately in the conversation mention that you have a wife or husband. It's like, you know, hey, what's going on? Hey, honey. Hey, what you doing? You doing good?
I'm doing great. My husband is parking the car right now.
Oh! Let me tuck this back in my drawer. And that's it. And now if he's a cruddy motherfucker, he gonna do what he do.
But there are a lot of those out there, and there's so many creeps. And the thing about it, I also think it boils down to confidence, because while he may bring in all these strays, I feel like he know what's good. Like, if you really gonna go there, that's unfortunate for you. Like, why would you do that? Because I feel like confident in myself. Like, why would you want to be with anybody else?
And she got a big old booty.
He says the same thing. He says the same thing. He be like, I don't have no competition. I mean, so it's also a confidence thing and a trust thing. But he's always, you know, meeting new people. And the thing about it is, he's not that type of person that's going to do all these favors. Right. So I do at least know that about him, that he's not going to be the guy. He's not going to help nobody move. Right. Yeah. He's not going to, you know, pick somebody up from the train station because their car broke down. He's not, you got AAA, you got Uber, you got Lyft. Like, he's not that guy. So I do know that as well.
All right, so I think we want to move on to marriage counseling.
Ooh.
Oh man. Yay or nay?
Nay.
Man. Okay. This is what I love. See, this is the point of trolling for friends.
Indifferent.
If y'all see the graphic at the beginning, it's like people butting heads, disagreeing, and then coming and talking about stuff. So I love that. I say yay.
You say yay?
Yeah, I say yay. Because she makes me do it.
I say nay.
We say nay.
Okay, so the reason why I say yay is that I feel like people change over time. I met Steve when I first came to the DC area 9 years ago. And when I met him, you know, he was slimmer. It's important. This is important.
Great.
It's important.
Thank you. I'm going to the gym right now.
I was too. Bo was too.
I was too.
He was slimmer, you know, and I think that, you know, he was more, you know, energetic. He was definitely way more willing to help people. Like I was talking about, he helps people now. He was doing it way worse back then. He was making everybody's flyer for like $10.
That's before you met me. I don't do that.
Yeah, he was, you know, he was just. He was.
I had
all graphic design.
I had no self-worth.
Yeah, he had, like, you know, Bye. But you know, he
told Mike I said what's up.
He was younger. He had a different personality about things, different, you know, confidence level. I know that, you know, sometimes people become needier. Sometimes people are less needy. Sometimes people become more affectionate, less affectionate, more sexual, less sexual, and, you know,
homosexual.
Whoa!
No, it's just fit. I'm not homosexual.
Marriage counselor's not gonna
fix that
shit. But you know, it's just like sometimes we have different opinions about things.
Yeah.
When you're in love with somebody, you don't see things the flaws. You think the flaws are cute, and then after you've been married for a while in a relationship,
like, why you got fart that much?
Now it's not cute anymore.
Right.
It was cute after the first part. You were like, then you be Dutch ovening in the bed.
That shit is true. That shit is true.
And so it's just kind of like, you know, over time, you got to get together and you have to say, okay, what are the important things?
Maintenance.
And having somebody who's objective, not your mama, not your cousin, people who don't have agendas, somebody who really doesn't care if you get married or not because they're getting paid.
Right.
They're going to offer you some objective
cold
advice.
hard cash.
They're going to give you some objective advice. They can tell you, hey, you're being jealous. You need to be able to be a little bit more giving. And so that's why I like it. So why do you say nay?
Wait, one thing. Premarital counseling helped me dodge a giant bullet because I was engaged prior to me marrying Bree. I'm talking Matrix style. like I after like 3 or 4 sessions, I said, you know what? This ain't for me. And I made the right decision.
So why do I say nay?
Okay.
I feel that Nisha and I have such great communication that we counsel ourselves. We don't need counseling. That we never encounter. Like, I don't want to jinx what we have, but we've never encountered a problem that we could not overcome. We've never had a disagreement that has become disrespectful or something that we just couldn't get past. I mean,
right.
We always have conversations, even if we disagree. I feel like our level of how should I say it?
Like your comprehension, like your understanding of each other.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Lots of emotional intelligence about.
Yes.
My dissertation was on emotional intelligence. That's a whole.
Man.
Right.
But yeah.
Okay.
So I feel like if there's a problem, we can sit and kick it.
That's awesome.
And she'll tell me what's her issue, and I'll tell her what my issue is, and we move forward, and we try not to infringe on that issue ever again.
Mm-hmm.
I have a personal question, if you don't mind answering.
Disclaimer.
One, how long have y'all been together? Like
6 years.
6 years. Okay. Were you in serious relationships before you met each other?
Yes.
Yep.
I was married before.
What?
You wasn't married. Well,
Dun dun.
yeah.
Next week.
I thought you were like from like young crazy times.
This is like.
It was I mean,
check out the dramatic bombshell. And all of a sudden, LB's like,
so this is the
Al,
thing.
You're my father.
So this is the thing. I think with us, we were friends and we kicked it before we actually started dating. Like we were kicking it and just hanging with each other. And he said to me, "I think we should date." And I was like, "Okay, well, date me," and that's how it started because we were just kicking it, friends, watching TV,
Is that like
hanging out with each other.
The Black Love version of that Nirvana song? Date me.
Yes, it is that. So we would
my friend.
just hang. And we would talk. When you're just friends with someone, and at the time
You don't have to lie.
we both
So we
had
never
people.
started out with a lie.
We never started out because I told him, I was like, I had somebody. I was on a break from my ex. To be honest, you know, I'm on a break from him, and I had somebody, and I was
had
dating,
somebody too,
and he had somebody, and I knew her, and he would show me pictures. Yeah, this is such and such, and she do this and she do that, and I'm like,
before you
just kicking it, just friends.
Before you secure the new job, you gotta make sure you still got a job. That application in.
Only jobs look at you when you have a job.
Once we once we decided that, you know what, we might make a good couple.
Yeah.
And we wanted to start dating each other.
We have some work to do.
I had to say, I was like, yo, I'm gonna have to step away from that. Give me 30 days. I was like, give me 30 days to step away from that, right? And she gave me 30 days, and it, you know, stepped away, came back, and we've been moving ever since. And not to say we don't have disagreements, we always gonna have some sort of disagreement, but we never cursing each other out, we never yelling at each other, never really raising a voice. She understands where I'm coming from, I understand where she's coming from. And one thing that she said that I do is I always show her how it would feel if I would do what she was doing to me.
Okay.
You know, and in the beginning.
Okay, fine, Al. You just got your life together.
And
but that's very helpful. Because if you don't put that on yourself and see, okay, if I have an issue, how would I want someone to talk to me about that issue?
Yeah.
And when I take that step back, that makes me come at him in a different way. So because I don't want him to come at me the way that I was thinking about coming at him.
On some nigga
because
shit.
how would I want him? I wouldn't want that. So that's why I stepped back. Yeah. And if he came at me, I'd have been like, oh, well,
that don't work.
Right. So that's why we, you know, but I think that when it comes to marriage counseling, and the reason why I say nah is because I think for us, just us, we don't need a third party. We don't need somebody to come in and tell us, hey, you're not seeing it right, because when we start sitting and thinking about stuff, we like, dang, I probably was an asshole. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have that emotional intelligence, I guess, about each other.
Like one time I snapped on her last week. I snapped on her and I walked out the room. Like 2 minutes later, I came back and said, hey, I'm sorry, I did snap on you. I didn't mean to do that.
That's great awareness.
Boom.
Yeah. We came
right back at it, because instead of holding it, we never go to sleep mad. Mm-hmm. We never leave the house without kissing each other. It's never not like
he's a Leo.
I've been through.
Oh, snap! He's going to snap, and I just be like, there.
Things that we can't resolve in that, like for example, Thanksgiving just passed, and for example, we had a huge fight over who had the best corn pudding, my grandma's or Brianna's.
And mine's the best.
And of course, my grandmother's is the best.
No.
And we can't. That's not gonna get resolved. So we went back to the hotel because we were staying in a hotel in Roanoke. We went back to the hotel. We fought about it.
Oh my
we had
God.
a huge pillow fight. She bust my head wide open.
Hit a pillow, nigga?
Because the stuff under the pillow flew out. So
and we had to get it together before they charged us.
Oh, this is and we played Duel of Fates by the Star Wars Duel of Fates. Okay. But that's how we also resolve our stuff. Yo, she can throw hands though.
Well, okay, the thing is, I'll say that I'm impulsive and Steve likes to wait. No, don't say that about yourself.
Okay.
He likes to wait, and I'm impulsive, and that's something I'm working on. I want to talk about it right now, and he wants to talk about it so he doesn't say something he'll regret. But that's not me. I'll say, whatever. I'll apologize later, but that's not good. Yeah, and that's stuff that I need the counselor to
kind of reaffirm and balance.
Yeah, I want you
counselor
to hear
or
me.
nay?
Yeah, or nay?
I think counseling is good in the beginning, but once you're married, a lot of times, once it's broken, you definitely need a mediator.
Okay.
Like, we never had a counselor since we've been married. But I think if it's broken, if it's something that happens where communication is broken, you definitely need a mediator. In the beginning, it's absolutely necessary. We had a counselor, we had a whole Brad McDonald, you know? Gangster! He sat down and kept it so real. When he didn't leave no room, he asked us questions that we couldn't dodge. he kept it so real with us that we had to really think about, is this what we really want to do? Are we ready?
So this is marriage counseling before
Marriage counseling.
you got married?
Before we got married.
Okay.
And once you get married, like you said, it's nothing that you shouldn't be able to sit down and talk about. Like, we've been in this 16 years, and we still struggle with this. Am I wrong? We still struggle with this after 16 years. But it has gotten better.
Yeah.
Like, our arguments ain't, cause you know, me, I'm off the, I'm Aquarius, she a Pisces.
Oh,
Southeast.
wow, right there.
Your Aquarius?
A Southeast Aquarius.
February 4th.
That sounds like an album.
12, my man.
And she's like after you in the
You know what
zodiac
I mean?
sign.
So we
Get 'em my new
can't
album,
hide-
Southeast
we
Aquarius.
can't hide what we feel.
Yeah.
We gonna give it to you straight. And my straight is just too straight.
Straightforward.
Yeah.
There's not even a single curve. No curves.
I can't lay on it for a week or 2 weeks. But her, oh my God. You get it wrong, the cold shoulders mean.
Bloody.
But you know what? I love her because she makes me better.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
She makes me check myself. And she don't allow me to bullshit her.
Right.
We have never had no issues with no cheating or nothing like that. Only thing our issues is mainly my own insecurities. You know what I mean? And she checked me.
Yeah. Like you said, she can't have no friends.
No, she can have I didn't say that. I never said
He
that.
said she just don't got no friends.
Oh, okay.
She
I thought that's what he said, right?
No,
She got
he
more
said
friends
she
than
got
I got.
friends.
Okay.
I never said that. She can't have no
I don't know. We're going to hear a playback
I
later.
said I don't
We're going to hear a
trust
playback
nobody.
later.
Oh, okay.
Anybody in the audience to say nay?
Nah.
Okay, so there's more yays.
Yeah. We're the.
I guess we the only day.
So you're used to being the minorities, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're gonna get to something a little fun.
Oh, your favorite black?
Who
love
is
movie?
your favorite black love movie, show, or fictional couple?
Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse.
They are not black.
But they were
They're
painted
drawn black.
They were
They're not African American.
Mickey Mouse.
In the 30s.
I'm a drinking Negro. I did for Walt Disney.
Okay. Now, you got a favorite?
Now that I'm thinking about it,
Now
as
he's
far
talking about
as
your
I know, like, cause this is the from Blackish, Bo and the guy.
I like them.
I like them because we see a lot of similarities in us. You know, as Bo, like me being Bo and him being Anthony. Yeah, Anthony's whatever his last name is character. But we have a lot of similarities, and even in like our family and the things that we say, the things that she have about her. But
I wouldn't know if that's my favorite one.
I mean, that's just a couple that I'm thinking about off the top. Favorite?
That's a hard one. That was a
Who?
Martin and Gina.
nah. Martin and Gina.
I mean, we all gonna love Barack and Michelle. I mean, that's like a given.
That's not fictional though. That really happened.
I mean, that's real. Like
That's
that's
not
real.
Right now with somebody.
And I will
Yeah.
interject that Barack Obama came from mixed love.
He did.
Darts. He was raised by a white woman, but
Hey, love transcends race. He knew he was a nigga though.
Oh yeah.
When he went to Columbia, he found that goddamn thing out.
And she cultivated that.
Yeah.
She cultivated that.
Yes.
Black movies are just like too frou-frou for me, so I can't even think of a
I
black
feel like
movie that
you and
makes me
Steve are the
like-
same way. He doesn't.
Yeah, I was looking over the subject when you brought it up, and I was like, I guess Black Panther and Storm, like I like because they got married in the comic book, so that was something that works. And technically, I guess Nala and Simba, though I think they're
They
related.
are animals. not
Well, they're
They're
played by
not
Donald
black.
Glover and Beyonce in the new one.
They are. Oh God.
It's only bestiality. It can't be bestiality.
I'm gonna have to go.
I know, yes.
I'm gonna have to go with Whitley and
Dwayne.
Wayne.
Okay.
That's good.
That's
That's
a good
good.
love.
You know what I'm saying? My man, when she was about to get married, Dwayne came in and was like, "Stop! Hold that shit up!"
I love it.
Anybody for Terrence Howard and Cookie? Jesse Smollett, Juicy Smollett and the cat.
My favorite black movie is Best Man, and it's not because of any of the main characters. In fact, I think the main characters suck.
I thought yours was Don't Be a Menace while sipping your juice.
Okay, that's my favorite black movie. It's not a romance.
Really? Hey, don't be a minute while sipping your juice in the hood?
Yes.
Oh my
That's
God.
my favorite. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I got these cheeseburgers, man. What'd you say? I said, you're a dick.
Any older than his fault.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, my favorite is Best Man, and my favorite couple from that is the guy that played Julian and the stripper Candy. And the reason why, because I felt like theirs was the only relationship that was based off the truth. Everybody else was lying to each other, and she was just like, "I'm doing this to get through college," and he was like, "I have a girlfriend, but I can't stand her," and broke up with her the next day. That was the only healthy relationship in the whole freaking movie. And so I feel like that's my favorite.
Maybe I do like Cookie and Lucius.
You do?
It's hard out here for him.
Who?
Auntie and Mamie, Godfather Hall.
Nice. I
like
like that.
You understand what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I like Furious.
Okay, Furious Styles. Okay.
I
Wait a
did
minute,
like.
Furious Stop. Wait a minute. That's a movie?
That was in the Hood. Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood.
He was.
So
he
my
was a
wife.
man's pops.
So one thing you gotta know about my wife is she saw all parodies of everything before the original. Completely backwards. So the parody of the movie.
Yeah, I saw Don't Be a Menace before I saw
The
Boys
Road.
in the Hood. And so it was really sad because I was in somebody's house and I was giggling. I was like, what are you
I like
laughing
John
for? It's
Witherspoon.
because I was thinking about Don't Be a Menace.
I like what is it? You saw Spaceballs before Star Wars.
I did.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't know how that happened.
Because when I was really little, Star Wars was not like a thing. Like it wasn't Disney-fied. Star Wars was, you're a geek, and if you like Star Wars, you're a nerd.
Thanks.
And yeah, and so like Spaceballs was always on cable with commercial interruptions, and I'd see it every time I went to go see my grandma.
TNT.
Yeah, and so later on, I was like, another story about mixed love when I was very little. I was like this fat little nerdy white boy, weird, and he was dressed up what I thought was a teddy bear, and I was like, "You're dressed up like a teddy bear?" He's like, "No, I'm dressed up like a Ewok." And I was like, "What's that?" He's like, "Well, listen, Star Wars." In my mind, that's the only thing I saved. And so I went to my dad and I was like, "Can we go to Blockbuster and see Star Wars?" And my dad was like, "You want to see Star Wars?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was pretending it wasn't about a boy. I was like, "Yeah, just, I'm kind of interested." And he went and like pulled out 3 VHS tapes and he was like, "We can watch it right now."
And now we're watching Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
So
let's go to the next subject.
Let's go to the next subject.
Well, did we get everybody saying about their movies?
Oh yeah, you guys have movies? Yeah, before we go to the next subject.
Anybody else? Black movie, fictional couple.
Baby and Slim.
Baby and Slim.
Queen
and Slim.
Okay,
Queen and Slim.
I like what you did right there because we might be talking about that later. I like that. I like that. Queen and Slim, write us a check.
We talking about that later.
People used to like Bill and Claire,
I'm not even gonna lie.
It's still a good show.
Yeah, if you're talking fictionally, yes, they are great. The fiction is great. The guy who actually sells the pudding, that's okay.
We don't know if that's true or not.
I don't know.
We don't know if he sells the actual pudding or not. Little pudding popper, take a little pill.
You know what my joint is doing?
It would be is it who's doing black?
Yeah.
Claire Huxtable and What's his name? Heathcliff.
Shout out-
Heathcliff Huxtable.
Shout out, you know, speaking of, now you might be thinking, shout out to who's a couple from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the mother and the father.
Uncle Phil.
Uncle Phil and
Aunt Viv.
And Aunt Viv, yeah. But
number one.
number one Aunt Viv, exactly.
The first-
Black Aunt
the
Viv.
first Aunt
She
Viv.
was the one I was afraid of because if she took her earrings off, it was on. Yeah. I wasn't
And
scared.
let's be
What about
right. Let's
Viv?
keep it.
What
Let's
about
keep
Viv?
it 100.
What about
The Huxtable.
We just said
Yeah,
that.
we
just said that.
But to be more precise, the dark skin on.
Yeah, we just said that.
We said that too. None of y'all listening to us. What's wrong with y'all?
Keep up with the class, guys.
All right.
Enunciate more.
So, I shared this on my Facebook a week ago. It was this meme, and let me pull it up.
It said what? Wally, what was it about? Walmart or something like that?
It's about these gift sets. So, how many of y'all are thinking about what you're gonna be buying the woman in your life for Christmas?
It's already Christmas?
Yeah, Thanksgiving is over, so in America, it's Christmas for a whole month.
Oh my God.
You see my sweater, bro?
Yeah,
This ugly sweater,
Where'd you
Norfolk
get-
State.
Where'd you get that ugly sweater?
My wife bought it for me.
I did.
Exactly.
I have a FAMU one.
I've been seeing some interesting ugly sweaters since we're talking. So we see what she's looking
It's
for.
popular.
You're
So
talking
it's
about ugly sweaters.
basically
Yeah, it's
a gift set.
It's a gift set. So we're gonna put it up on the screen. I think I'll do us all a favor and leave this here. This
That's
woman
what it
put,
says.
and it said, "FYI, the women in your life do not want these."
And
they're
it's like a whole bunch
Walmart
of like,
gift
Walmart
sets.
Gift sets.
You know, it
Like,
comes with perfume.
you can't-
That little box that comes with everything in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So you can feel.
So I don't know
more like a
anyone who
lady.
buys those for their significant other.
The people who wait till the last day.
Still, I would buy
Yeah.
nothing.
It's a Secret Santa gift. That is not like a. It's
It's so
something that you.
ambiguous. It's
It's
like
super secret. Like I don't actually tell you that.
it's kind of like
It's
kind of like
like
when you get
exchange.
it's kind of like when you don't know but you give a black person skin tone band-aids. Like you don't really know nothing about the person. So
So in the comments, a lot of people are saying y'all are so ungrateful, and you know this is so.
who are these trolls?
It's
And
some of them are women, some of them are, I would be happy to get anything for Christmas.
Because you
And
didn't get nothing for Christmas.
And so my whole thing is my love language is not giving gifts.
Okay.
Steve, my love language is words of affirmation. Steve once for one Christmas wrote in a Christmas card about all the lovely things he felt about me, and I don't remember what he got me as my actual gift. I saved the card. I read it every
I got
now
you a
and then.
PS3.
And I was just thought
We gotta talk.
and it's just like, you know, some people, I guess their love language is receiving gifts. But I feel like saying the thought counts does not matter when you got it from a sale aisle that's right next to the register.
Nah, not Walmart.
That's not a thought.
Walmart.
You didn't
though.
think
Marshalls.
about that.
You gotta get it at Marshalls.
There was no
You know
thought.
that dirty, you know that rack at Marshalls, the one that always look half empty.
And if it's a thing where it's like you don't have a lot of money, write a nice
It's
note.
not about a lot of money.
You
man.
know,
It's not
make
about
your
a lot
wife
of
some
money.
breakfast, you know.
Breasts. Freudian slip.
She was not gonna let that slide.
Trolling for breasts.
But it's just like you do not have to hit up the clearance aisle to impress your woman. Act of service.
I buy gifts, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a holiday kind of guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what
got
I'm
that
saying?
feeling.
So you might not get your birthday gift on your birthday.
Yeah.
And you might not get a Christmas gift on Christmas.
Right.
But the gifts that I do buy her, like say when we first started the date, my stuff was thoughtful. I started out buying her rose gold jewelry. And every time a time came for me to buy a gift, I bought another piece of rose gold. Bracelet, watch, earrings, glasses. So now she has, that rose gold has become significant in our jewelry. So when we got our wedding rings, we decided to go with rose gold jewelry because that's the gifts that I was buying at the time.
Okay.
Now, when I was spending that money, it wasn't like I was buying $1,000 watch. It might have been a $135 Michael Kors watch. You know what I'm saying? Or a $75 pair of earrings. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't overkill.
I wasn't overkill because it really is not about the money. It's about the thought. And when you say about the thought, it's not anything. I put thought into those. One couple times, LD was with me during Christmas, and we walked around Macy's for hours trying to find the perfect watch.
I second that. That's a fact.
The perfect rose gold watch because it had to be rose gold, it had to be whatever. So again, it's not about. I'm not a gifty guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a birthday guy. I don't even care about my birthday.
Can you do that jig one?
Well, it's so funny because Christmas in 2017, I told him what I wanted. I wanted Joe Malone perfume, this fragrance, and he got me a rose gold bracelet, and I was like, oh.
She was mad.
This was wonderful. And I mean, it had a really lovely inscription on it. It was about love and stuff. And I did not know that, 5 or 6 days later, he would propose to me and give me a rose gold engagement ring.
So it was like 5 days of bitterness for not getting what you wanted.
No, it wasn't.
She was a little ungrateful when she got it, though.
It was a surprise because I
had to show her. I was like, you don't see inside? It's an inscription inside there.
And
it says I love you and all of that.
I wasn't ungrateful, but I felt like this year, I'm like, we've been together all this time. I'm like, I'm just going to tell him, make it easy for you. Here, this is what I want. Make it very easy for you.
Right.
And then when I opened it up and it was a Kate Spade rose gold bracelet. And so when we got engaged and my ring was rose gold to match the bracelet that he got me for Christmas, after then I wanted all the rose gold. So now this is more
that made the thought.
My quick question before we wrap this up. My question is to everybody out there too is, what do y'all feel about that? Like, I don't know. I know me personally, the relationship I have with my wife, again, we kind of bounce ideas off each other all year. We share experiences, and that's kind of the thing. And I know for a fact, if I came home with some Walmart like makeup shit, then she'd come home with the divorce papers. But maybe not that extreme.
Okay, no, I just say I like things that are useful. I don't like having bunches of things. I'm not a hoarder. In fact, I'm excited to throw stuff out of my house because I just don't like having stuff pile up.
And I'm gonna write a really nice note this year to save money.
Sure. And I feel like don't take it so personally if you give somebody a gift and they don't really like it that much. I know that that's some people's love languages, but don't take it that hard because shopping for another person can be difficult just because you don't know what's going on in their mind.
And shout out to my mom. She's probably not going to listen to the podcast, but Mom, you called me the other day while I was in the mall randomly and asked me what my jacket size was or my coat size. And I told you the large. I don't need any jackets. I don't want jackets. Just give me socks and drawers. Call it a day. All right, moving forward.
All right, so listen.
Wait, Wally, Walmart, what about you guys? How do you feel?
Okay, we done.
Get what the hell you want.
Get what they want.
Okay.
I don't think anybody in this room would give those.
Women got birthdays, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Christmas. I might be missing one or two. My thing is,
Veterans Day.
I never know what I'm gonna get. I might just give you a card on your birthday, or I might go all out on Christmas. And I might miss 2 Christmases or 2 birthdays. You know what I'm saying?
My
Because
G right
I don't
there.
want, like what she was saying, I'm gonna always put thought in what I give, but I'm never going to just go all out for all out.
Right.
Because you will never appreciate it.
Yep.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
it becomes expected.
Yeah.
Realistically, if you've been together 32 years, you cannot. Oh, every time? Well, okay. Well, and hey, y'all 32 years in. I mean, if it.
But the thing about it, like you going all out, it's like it's just a thoughtful thing. It don't have to be costing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like from Malika, 10:30 p.m. she's out. So for her birthday, that was last month. You know what I'm saying? I know that she goes to sleep at 10:30, and so waiting for her, trying to wait till midnight, all that stuff. So at 10:30, and we had some friends at the house. She had just dozed off to sleep, and we brought cake and balloons and everything up to her at 10:30. I said, your 10:30 is our midnight. Stuff like that.
They're like, it's your midnight. That means it's your birthday now. I was like,
oh, that is
cute. I know he goes out every time. And even if he did go to Walmart to get something, I'm appreciative. Because he got in his car, he drove to Walmart, he spent his money. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
So,
No doubt.
Yeah. Even this birthday, he went all over. Got tickets to the logo board, balloon and flowers, and can I say pay my bills for me this month so that I can pour money into my business? Like, he really went.
That is the thought that counts, though. That's the thought that counts.
Even if it was something small, I appreciate it because he thought about me.
So that's nice.
Okay.
My man Tuki, the best lead guitarist in DC.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
I done seen this man rock out.
Best lead guitarist in
I've
DC.
seen him make love to the guitar.
I meant to go to your album release at Marvin's.
Oh, that's right. You got love album out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
we're
man.
gonna plug it at the end of the show.
We definitely we plug it.
Trolling for Friends.
We're back.
We're back.
Yes. Black Love Edition.
Sure.
All right. All right, so listen. Pause.
Oh, no.
Pausing.
Shout out to studio audience.
Yes, we have our Black Love couples in the audience today.
Yeah.
Make some noise.
Everybody say Black Love. Beautiful.
All right, so listen, we're gonna talk about Queen and Slim.
Yes.
Anybody seen Queen and Slim out there?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
You saw it? You guys saw it?
I'm gonna see it. I haven't.
It was good.
It was
Very
amazing.
good.
Is it must see? Come on.
You saw it too?
Queen and Slim is a must see. If you have not seen it, you must see it. Definitely, since we're talking about Black Love, I'll give a brief synopsis.
Introduce yourself.
Oh, again, I'm back. It's Mila Eff, MILA_EFF. Follow me on Instagram. Do I need to give anything else?
Yeah, you know, measurements, list of your foods.
So talking about Queen and Slim, everybody was saying, go see it, and then I saw it and I did not know that it was going to be as heavy as it was. I didn't know it was going to be like as symbolic and a range of emotions. It's definitely on the scale of like Fruitvale Station, where you only need to see it once.
Okay.
I might want to watch it like again, only just to see some of the symbolism I may not have caught the first time, and like to pick up on certain things.
Okay, all right.
See, I thought it was like Black Bonnie and Clyde.
So Bonnie and Clyde were criminals, and I mean I don't even really know the full story of Bonnie and Clyde.
White criminals.
But, they were out there being criminals, but Queen and Slim,
They were bank robbers.
they shot, right, so they were purposely committing crimes. Queen and Slim shot a cop in self-defense and basically were on the run to save their lives, because if the police come, this black man and this black woman shot a cop, they're not making it out alive, or the rest of their life is done. So it was just a matter of a chance of running to survive and have another chance.
What would you do if you shot a black cop? I mean,
Shot a cop.
Shot a cop.
What would I do?
Yeah.
Yo, what would y'all two do? Queen and Slim?
Yeah, what's up?
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
We'd be on a run tour.
and I'd just be following. I was like, hey.
I don't know. I mean, what's funny is it's not hard to get into it with a cop. They got into it with a cop today. I'm pulling in the airport earlier today, and you know how they got the barriers where you can't pull in sometimes and whatever. I pulled in a little bit, and there's this dickhead cop banging on my window. Hey, can't you see? Can't you see? I'm like, man, be respectful, man.
Right.
Be respectful. Respect me, man. So I can see how you can, escalate it and get into some shit with the police. But you definitely gonna have to go on a run. Like, I mean, get your passport.
Yep.
But what I saw like on Facebook and what people were talking about, and mostly the ladies that I saw were posting quotes from the movie. So I think it's probably one of those movies that have so many different quotable type, things to say. And when this girl posted this quote about "you're touching my soul" and "I want you to hold the wounds" and something, I was like, I don't know what this is about, but whatever you wrote, quoting from the movie, is deep.
Yeah.
And so I think it's like a really deep love story, like wounded people who are trying to find healing with each other or something with love. And so, I mean, I'm interested, I guess.
Do you think that's a good assessment?
Yeah, well, I think it's interesting because all this went down like after their first date. And so it was like after their first date, they're like, well, we're actually about to spend the rest of our lives together going through some wild shit. So they kind of fall in love, like you watch them fall in love, and it's a great sex.
It's like falling in love.
So it's a good black love story.
Sex. Chocolate sex.
It was a good black love story.
I mean, but it also touches on like white feminism compared to black feminism. It talks about like how black people as a whole, I mean, some black people might be the reason other black people are down, and so it dissects a lot of different topics within being black, feminism, all of that.
Who's the director?
That's what I was about to ask.
It was like Lena Waithe wrote the like
there it is.
Play. Yeah, so definitely
already.
Academy Award.
Already.
Yeah, but there was some director like named Melina something. Her last name starts with an M, but Lena Waithe wrote it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever Lena Waithe touched.
Yes. And Queen and Slim are, the girl is Jodie Turner-Smith, something like that, and then Daniel Kaluuya, the guy from Get Out. So it's definitely
cool.
Or got Black Panther.
Yes, that too.
All right, well, thank you very much. We really appreciate that rundown. Go see the movie. And Queen and Slim, write us a check for talking about your movie.
Shout out to Lena Waithe.
Yeah, come on the show. I'm
doubt.
dead serious.
But I know we probably did this earlier, but I feel like this is a more apropos time to do it. I want to thank everybody, all our black couples, for coming out to see our illustrious podcast live.
We really appreciate your opinions. Like, this is what it's about, and we started this because we had issues that we want to talk about that I feel like if we were all like on Facebook or online,
then you'd be talking about you're ungrateful. And it's like on, face to face, you're not gonna be like that.
Bring it back to conversation.
We've all had these arguments online with people on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, people that we don't know, people that we know, and then it stresses you out so much that you just like, fuck Facebook, fuck Instagram, where we want to bring those same conversations online, offline.
That's the point of this.
And that's the point of this. So, we just talk about the stuff that happens online all week, in social media, and we try to give some nice funny banter to it.
Yeah.
So again, thank you again.
See you in January.
Yeah, we're
taking a break.
We're taking a break. This is season finale.
Yeah.
Black Love.
First of all, I want to thank all of you. Look underneath your seats.
There's nothing.
There's not a damn thing. And you get nothing. We ain't got the money like that yet. We need more sponsors.
We're gonna take the man that inspired all of our black love, Barry Obama.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Take us out.
Obama. Boom.
If you're tired of arguing with strangers on the internet, try talking with one of them in real life.